Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In War of the Visions JP, let's look at some mono dark teams versus mono light teams. And I forgot to take pictures of the setups, so you can just use your imagination. But here I'm trying to go for the all mono dark team, which I came to the conclusion is not a great idea where JP is right now. Because dark as an element overall, it's a lot of good attackers and then a little bit of like evade units. There's no like healers or support characters or bruisers or people like that, so it's kind of a one-sided element at the moment, but in the future there should be more characters, more vision cards and stuff to add more variety. Light, on the other hand, is a very robust element and has a little bit of everything. And then especially the maxed UR vision cards, which give you all those bonuses, they really make it the strongest element at the moment. And so going mono dark against mono light right now is not a great idea, but we'll see what I can make work here. The two attackers that I'm using, which are both top class, are EX Stern and then Garble. The problem that I was having with them, with this team, is that they're so fast that they would get out there before Sasayaki could go, and then they would get taken down by the light characters. And then when you do light versus dark, you know, they're both strong against each other, but they're also both weak against each other. And so there's a lot of one-punching going on between light and dark. That's just the nature of that relationship. And for the longest time leading up to this, you know, I would always say that Sasayaki is good everywhere. But now I'm going to amend that statement. I'm going to change that to she's good everywhere except for against light characters. She's good against all elements. Because when you use, you know, light versus dark or dark versus light, what you're hoping for really is just a lot of damage all at once. And Sasayaki's not good at that, so I don't think she's a great choice against light units. But kind of what I did to make her a little bit more effective here was I tried to raise her speed, her agility. I gave her some stuff for that specifically. And then I tried to lower the speed on my two other guys. So this Stern, if I remember, he does not have Shukuchi, he doesn't have that agility up, the Shadow Runner, whatever it is. So he has like HP up and then like self-sacrifice. Try to make him as slow as possible. And then hopefully Sasayaki can get in there, use the attract spell, and then draw attacks to her. Okay, so there's an attract spell there. And then a lot of people right now, you know, they have the impression that like Yuna is the meta-defining unit. But I think more than her, it's the light element that is the meta-defining thing right now. And that's including all of the vision cards as well. Okay, and then this Stern, I gave him the ninja sub-job. And then kind of almost more than anything, he's using the Anton, that ninja skill. Because it doesn't have an attack type, so it can't be resisted by slash resistance or magic resistance. The only thing it'll be blocked by is either element resistance or defense. And so that's why he's getting a lot of use out of that. Okay, so that was one win, one loss there. And then here I changed my team. I took out Sasayaki finally, and then I put in my fastest tank, and that is Mariaru. And then she also has the attract spell, so she can get the hate on her pretty easily. And then she has some innate hate, so she'll be good, hopefully, for drawing attacks away from my two other characters. And then Stern, even at the EX job, he's still kind of fragile. Garble, on the other hand, he has some tricks in order to survive some physical attacks. He's not quite a bruiser still. Yeah, we saw him there take the Brave Holy from Warrior of Light, no problem. Still not a bruiser, but he's a little bit more survivable than, say, Stern. Against magic, however, still, he can be one-punched. Pretty soon I'll do a comparison video between regular Stern, EX, and then Super Stern. But my feeling is that Super Stern is the easier one to use. And probably if I used him in these fights instead of regular Stern, probably would have won more. But they both have their characteristics and then their advantages and disadvantages. I'll talk about that later. Alright, I wish they hadn't stood next to each other, but there they go. Okay, last fight. I was trying Agrias in place of Mariaru because they have the same speed at the levels that they are at. But with Mariaru, it was easier to raise hate for her. She had it inherent, and then she has the less AP cost attract spell versus attract blade. And so in order to make Agrias use the attract blade, I was kind of having to turn off her other abilities. And that was not as effective as just using Mariaru, who I could use almost with turning off no abilities at all. Maya-chin, he's been using her a lot, and yeah, she's definitely a great character. Okay, here's the repeating Holy. That is the upgraded Holy that Yuna gets for the EX jobs. And then a Stern, I gave him Orudoa's Apron instead of the Bells, because Bells will give you some agility. I wanted to slow down Stern. That's part of the reason why I gave him the Apron instead. Okay, attract spell, very good. Stern did nothing there. Maybe he was out of range. There goes Mariaru, but she did her job. And Stern doing nothing again. Don't know what's going on there. And doing nothing again. But there goes Engelbert. Okay, so that was a look at quote-unquote mono dark versus mono light. That relationship is going to be very different than when you're thinking about the other elements like wind or fire or whatever. Auron is released. He'll be, probably everybody will have him leveled up maybe next week or the week after that. But that should be easier to counter because, you know, Ice is weak to fire. You can just load up on fire characters and then go after Auron. But yeah, just some random thoughts on dark versus light. Alright, thanks for watching and we'll see you again. Take care.